Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This is my top 10 stocks as we head into Wednesday, February 7th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. First off, a couple clarifications. Number one, the candle right there will be moving. That is because the market's still open. And I like to do these videos when the market is open for a small amount of time because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. And then second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame. I mean, each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So ticker number one, PLTR. Big mover today, had earnings. The market clearly liked what it had to see. Big volume, so now it's definitely one of these situations where you know a lot of people will be continuing to watch it, and when you have a lot of people watching, and granted PLTR, relatively popular stock anyways, but you can get just that much better of move. So let's map out a couple of different areas here. First level is a bit of a unique trend line, and that is an upward sloping one here because in theory, the price could never ever break above that trend line, but the price would still be moving higher and higher because, you know, that trend line does have an upward slope to it. But now that we have a couple well-defined data points both there and there, got to think several people have drawn that level. So if there is any sort of attempted move back upwards, in my mind, that's a very interesting question mark to throw out there in terms of, all right, can the price finally break through that level, or the bear is going to once again smack it back down? So keep an eye on that from a resistance standpoint. And then in terms of levels of support, main level to watch in any sort of pullback right there at that area. Let me change it to green, which sits around the $20.50 mark. So all things considered, some well-defined levels, big volume, good price movement. And if you like this price range, or maybe if you like the options of it, then you got to think that there's going to be some good opportunity here moving forward. Next one here, ticker symbol NVIV. Penny stock with a huge amount of volume today and started off granted, the chart's still fine, but I mean, from where it gapped up and opened right there, made a move all the way up there. But with that being said, there's no doubt about it. Late day, yes, there has been a downwards channel that has formed. You can't take away anything from that. That's just the fact of the matter. With that being said, is that good or bad? Well, it depends on your perspective. Meaning, if you're some sort of day trader, flipper, scalper, and you were buying up around here and your plan was to buy and sell within 10 minutes, well then yes, from that perspective, the chart looks terrible. But if you care about the bigger picture point of view, well, part of caring about the bigger picture is acknowledging, well, sure, the price is pulled back here, but what was going on before the pullback? And what was going on before is you had this huge move in the upwards direction. And in doing that, I've now drawn a bull flag pattern. Again, if you bought up around that blue circle, you don't really care about the bull flag. The chart looks terrible for you. But if you do care about the bigger picture, then yes, with the pullback, you still do have a bullish pattern with the bull flag. So if you like bull flags, like penny stocks, definitely keep an eye on it. Next one here, ticker symbol SOXS, and this will mean a little bit more to those of you that have watched past videos. But in the past videos, you know, or hopefully you know and remember that I've been talking about quite a bit, that pink line there as an area of resistance. And check it out, you just can't make this stuff right off of that level. Then hit it exactly, but very close. Once again, very close right there. And this is what makes this interesting headed into Thursday, headed into Wednesday, is that the price is still well within this striking distance right here. So that sure doesn't guarantee anything, but it does make it very plausible to say and throw out the question that, hey, you know what? Maybe Wednesday is the day where this breakout occurs. Maybe the bulls finally get up enough momentum here to push up through there on Wednesday and, create a bigger breakout. So that'll be definitely kind of one of those popcorn levels where you got to think a lot of people are watching. A lot of people are eating this popcorn, eating the Sour Patch Kids, and throwing out the very valid question, can the price finally break through it? But you want to be careful because right there, the price did technically break through it, but that didn't last very long before it, failed. So just because it breaks by a penny, I'd still be a little leery. But nonetheless, that's got to be a level that you got to think a lot of people are watching as that key breakout point. In terms of areas of support, yes, you do have this green line down here at 475, but I do want to add in one more level that's a little bit closer, and this would be the $5 mark, and I would definitely consider that a more ideal level. I mean, if the price can stay above there, that would make the chart look the best. But if the price falls below it, doesn't ruin everything, but that would certainly make it look the strongest. Next one here, ticker symbol PHUN, and did this one very routinely, and let me add in there we go. So I wanted to just point out where this dashed line came from. I put that in yesterday's video, and you can see today a pretty brutal move. Price was getting rejected, and then did finally break up through there right there, acted like it wanted to break out, and then just flushed. So very, very nasty move. Now, that doesn't mean that the entire chart's destroyed. In fact, assuming you care about the bigger picture, everything is still perfectly fine. I mean, you look at these lows, and these lows keep getting higher and higher. So no problems at all from that standpoint. I'm just simply commenting on those people that were maybe the day traders and scalpers that were buying that breakout, looking for something much bigger to happen, and then the market just, nasty move, but that's what happens sometimes in the market. But moving forward here, nothing has changed. This area here still remains the key level of resistance to keep an eye on, and then that purple line there, main area of support. If the price falls below that purple line, 50 period moving average, and you'd want to watch that pink line down there closer. In fact, this one, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that level, delete some of the clutter out of the way there, so we can try to keep this as straightforward as possible. Next one here, AMC, and what a bounce. This will mean more to those of you that watched the video from yesterday, but you heard me say it, AMC is a cult stock, and AMC is looking for any reason at all. Even if it's still bad news, but not as bad of news as what people thought, people are looking to buy, and what a great bounce. So for those of you that watched yesterday's video, and as I mapped out that line right there, check it out. Opening 30 minutes, hit there, and then a huge bounce. So for anybody that caught that move, a big congratulations to you. I'll go ahead and get rid of these levels as they've served. I'm going to keep that level down there just in case. In terms of resistance and support, very, very straightforward. Level of resistance, all about that pink line, which you just heard me talk about. And once again, the power of charts, you can see that. No, isn't it a coincidence? Huge move. And then it got near that pink line and all of a sudden started to go sideways. Does not mean that that pink line can't be broken. I'm just saying it makes sense why the price started to, hesitate around there. But moving forward, definitely keep an eye on that as the main area of resistance. And then as far as supports, just keep an eye on that purple line right there with 50 period moving average. So truly a very straightforward chart in terms of, kind of those areas that you got to think a lot of people are watching. You have the 200 period moving average as resistance. You have the 50 period moving average as support. So we'll see who wins out in the battle. Do the bulls continue breaking out, or the bears about to push this back down? We'll have to see how it plays out. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering here in a couple of days. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen, you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free webinar. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box you can use to get signed up. Or if you're watching at my website, there's an area right there on the page itself that you can use to get signed up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free webinar. Next one here, ticker symbol TSLA, Tesla. And what a crazy opening 30 minutes. I mean, gap down this morning right here and then spent the first 30 minutes, just huge, big move to the upside, pulled back a little bit, but then has recovered back upwards. So good, solid move considering, where it was. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that level as it served its purpose. Because really, in my mind, two main levels moving forward. And the main one here is nothing new, assuming you've watched past videos, but it's looking like this dashed area of resistance right there is potentially coming into play here over the next couple of days. Very realistically, maybe on Wednesday, because as this 30-minute candle showed right there, Tesla can move and move very quickly. So if the price can move up there, in my mind, that'll be a big key level of resistance to watch and pay very close attention to. Yes, you have this level down here at 175.50, but I'm going to go ahead and adjust this level up to I would say a more important level at the 181 mark. 181 being important because if the price comes down here and then breaks down below it, all of a sudden, what do you have? Well, now you're in one of these situations where you have the price essentially going right back to where it was. And that's not a sign of a genuine power, right? For a price to make a big move up and then go right back to where it started. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying that's why 181 in my mind, very important moving forward in terms of was today truly strong? Well, let's see if it can make progress. Progress being defined as staying above 181. Next one, ticker symbol NIO, and very nice day today. Had the gap, or not, I was going to say it was just such a downwards nasty trend, but had the gap up today and then has just kept cruising. But now as I speak, and that's why I like to do these when the markets are open, let me just get rid of that for now. Check out what's going on. The price is attempting to get a break through that pink line. Now, to be fair, it has broken above it, so I'll choose my words a little bit better. Trying to get separation from it. So it's broken above that pink line. Again, 200 period moving average, key level of resistance. But can it get more separation? That'll be the big question mark here headed into Wednesday. And the further separation it can get, the more and more evidence that you have that, okay, maybe the bulls really are back. Right now, I would still personally be skeptical because this thing has been in a big downtrend. Yeah, you got a gap up. Yeah, you have some strength, but you want to be a little, careful. But like I said, if moving forward over the next few days, this thing just gets more and more separation to the upside away from that pink line, then that is definitely a good sign of strength. If there is any sort of pullback, then from the overarching standpoint, would definitely just keep an eye on that purple line right there, 50 period moving average, and keyword there being moving. So as time goes by, that line will curl itself upwards and start to move higher and higher. So you're going to want to watch that. But overall, no doubt about it, massive move today. It's broken above that 200 period moving average. Can it get more separation on Wednesday? We'll see what happens. Next one, NYCB, and this thing just got absolutely beat down. Now, it had already been beat down, but then tried to bottom out, but today just the beat down commenced, So much so that, and just why I find this pretty interesting, is look at this trend line that can be drawn. Look how essentially straight down that trend line is. So that's reason number one. And then reason number two, check out the last 30 minutes. Again, as I speak, nice solid green bar. And now it's getting close to that trend line, which brings about the question, is this thing going to break through it? And if it does break through, can that break generate a good solid bounce? Now, I'm not saying a reversal. Maybe even if it's just a dead cat bounce, and so be it. But from a trading standpoint, that's all you need is a dead cat bounce, and you can turn some nice profits. But that's, really what I find interesting, and that's what a watch list is all about: finding unique, finding interesting situations, and not randomly rushing and buying stuff, but watching it. So maybe you're looking at this and saying, no, I don't find this interesting. I don't find this unique. I don't like those sorts of situations. Fine, fair enough. But I know some people do, and these can be very explosive situations. Now, they're very risky too, because in a sense, you're trying to catch a falling knife. But that's why risk management matters. So if you like this price range down below $5, you like these sorts of circumstances, then I would definitely keep an eye on it. Next one, AMD, and the pullback continues. In fact, today was something that was, hasn't been the case for a while, and that has to do with this pink line here. First time in a while that the price has actually been down below the pink line. You can see right there, it bounced off it. Now, that doesn't mean that the entire chart's ruined and destroyed or anything like that. But like I said, just something to note that, the bears do seem to be putting in some stronger strength here. And, I'm going to get rid of those lines because if in the near term, if there is any sort of attempted bounce back upwards, key level to watch is going to be this little grouping of moving averages, which I've talked about a lot. You now know 200 period moving average, 50 period moving average. So any sort of bounce, those will be the main battlegrounds that the bulls have to push through. In terms of current levels of support, the level here that I think is going to be very, very important moving forward, right there around 165.50. Going back to the history of things, you can see that this area here provided some support, and then once again, support right there. If the price does break down through there, then realistically, I could see this thing headed down here. In fact, let me just add in another area of support, but heading down to right around that 162.50 mark. So keep an eye on those couple dynamics right now. But yeah, note about it. Rough day today. Overall, though, still plenty much in an uptrend, but near term, past couple of days have been pretty rough. Next one, ticker symbol TQQQ, which is an ETF that measures the NASDAQ market. So if you believe the NASDAQ market as a whole is going to go up, this one will also go up. Makes it a very popular ETF. And first update just comes on based on a foundation rule in chart, which states when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. And I mean, you could throw this right into a textbook. Classic example. So support was broken this morning, then check it out. Went right into acting as resistance right there, and then resistance once more right there. So 56.60 key area of resistance. Now, none of this means that the price can't be broken. It just makes sense why the price is struggling at that area. If the price can push up through there, then you have that downtrending line right there, and then the overarching level up there at 57.85. But yes, before you even care about or focus on this one or this one, that'll be the first big question mark, because as that just demonstrated, apparently there's a lot of sellers hanging up around that area. So 56.60, public enemy number one. In terms of supports, so far so good in regards to that purple line there, which is the 50-period moving average. Bounced off it, bounced out a couple more times. Last 30 minutes, bounced off it once again. So that'll be more so the near-term level of support. And then from more of an overarching standpoint, you'll want to watch that pink line right there, the 50-period moving average, the 200-period moving average, if there is any sort of deeper pullback. But yeah, all eyes going to be here on 56.60, so we'll see if the bulls can get the break or not. So that wraps up the top 10 list. Again, if you like what you saw here, then definitely go get signed up for that free webinar in a couple of days. It'll be Thursday, February 8th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So I hope to see you there. As far as the top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these, please do two things for me. Hit the like button, leave a comment, tell me your watch list for tomorrow, tell me what you traded today. But those things help out the channel, and I really do appreciate it. So go get signed up for that free webinar, hit the like button, leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching.